Hello friends, and welcome to episode 2 of the Lupine Epicurean. Today, got something special planned for you. Something a little south of the border with some buffalo influence. I'm going to be doing something I call the Triple B. Baked Buffalo Burrito. I think you're going to like it. So here we are for yet another episode of the Lupine Epicurean. I'm your host, Wolf Holloman, and I hope you enjoyed episode 1. Episode 2, we're going to go a different route. We went with an appetizer. Now we're going to go main dish. We're going to do something spicy, because I love spicy. We're going to do something a little unconventional and different. We're going to be using some buffalo meat, and we're going to do something that's basically a little south of the border. A little South American style with some influences from Buffalo, New York. We're doing the baked buffalo burrito. So let's start off. Let's talk about the ingredients that we're going to need. Alright, so here's a quick check off of what we're going to need. We're going to need about a half a can of black beans. We're going to need half of a green pepper chopped up with a whole small onion chopped up. We're going to need a mixture of about a tablespoon and a half of chili powder, chipotle powder, and red crushed pepper. We're also going to need a table and a half of olive oil, extra virgin if you got it, a half a pound of ground buffalo meat. We're going to need some jalapenos. Now how many you use, that's all up to you and how spicy you like it. We're going to need a good cup of buffalo sauce. I have chosen a buffalo sauce that actually has garlic in it as well. You can get many types of garlic sauces at your local grocer. We're going to need a full cup of shredded cheese. This just happens to be Monterey Jack and cheddar. We're going to need a couple of dollops of sour cream later on, and we're going to need 2 medium to large flour tortillas. So that is what we need for our recipe of baked buffalo burrito today. Let's get started. The wonderful sound of meat in the skillet. That nice sizzling, those flavors and aromas coming up from the wok. As you can see, what we've got here is we've got the onion and the green pepper in there. We've got the buffalo in there, and we're sauteing it and browning it now in the tablespoon and a half of Evo. And I'm actually getting ready to go ahead and start adding the seasonings because it's brown enough now to go ahead and add that, and then we'll cook it a little bit longer to make sure we get thorough. I am cooking this about 1 notch above medium so that we get a good and hot buffalo meat. Always it tends to be lean, tends to be a little bit dry, so keep that in mind when you're cooking it. Alright, so here we are. We've got the onions and green peppers, the sauteed in the Evo with the half pound of buffalo meat. Now added the spices of chipotle, chili powder, and red crushed pepper, and I've added the water so that we can keep it moist and doesn't dry out and burn on us. I'm going to cover this probably for about 40-50 seconds, and then we're going to start building our burritos. And now for the famous counter cam. Yes, indeed. We've got everything we need now. I have got this wonderful buffalo meat, spicy chipotle, ready to go. We're ready to make some burritos. I'm going to pop this over here, so I'm going to warm up my tortillas just a little bit so they're easy to work with. And here's the thing about experimenting in the kitchen. When you're experimenting, you never know what you're going to get. When I first envisioned this, I figured we could make 2 burritos with this, but it looks like there's enough here. I could make 3 or 4. So, but that's a good thing. More is always better than not enough. So we're gonna be happy with that outcome. As you can see, I've already got my grease pan here ready to go to put a couple in. I'm still just going to make 2. I'm going to grab this first tortilla here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that meat on there. That's going to be our bottom layer. It's that buffalo meat. So I'm going to get a nice even amount here. Make sure it's good and meaty. I've got just about what I want there. Looks like I'm going with about 4 spoonfuls to get what I want. So, second layer I'm going with is this cheese. Now, I want to get just enough on there to have a melty layer in between. And then I want to save some for the top. And who knows, I may have to get some more cheese. I may not have enough there. Next layer we're going to have is going to be the black beans. So the black beans, again, I'm not going to put a lot on here. I'm just going to put enough to have a layer there. Looks like about 3 spoonfuls for that. And then I'm going to do the buffalo sauce. I'm going to put a nice thin layer right across the top. That's going to seep down in there and really get sealed in the flavors when it's baking. Now we're just going to do a classic burrito roll. I'm getting up in there. I'm going to flip the ends in here and roll it up all nice and tight. I want to really tighten it so that those flavors will be compacted in there. So we've got us a nice burrito there, and I'm just going to transfer that right over into my grease pan. I use canola oil spray to grease my pans with. So we're going to do this again, just so you get a good idea of how this works. You can see it. We've got our tortilla. We've got our meat. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have enough here that if I want, I could make probably 2 more. Okay, got the meat, which means I'm going to need more cheese and probably more sauce to do that. So take that into consideration. And a little cheese and beans. Forget the buffalo sauce. Nice thin layer of the buffalo sauce. We're going to roll it, tighten it, flip in the ends, roll it, and tighten it. RT and RT. And there's my other. Voila. So as you can see, I have used the rest of my buffalo sauce to pour over the burritos. I have used the rest of my cheese to dust off the top, and I've used the rest of my jalapenos on top of that. So these are ready to go in the oven. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the oven at 400. I'm preheating it now, and I'm going to go 400 because I want it to be a quick heat, a hot heat, a flash heat. And because most of this is already cooked anyway, and then we're going to put it in there and have all that stuff melt together, fuse together, all the flavors come together, and we're going to keep it in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to keep your eye on it. If the cheese tends to get a little too brown for you, then at that point you may want to pull it out, but it should take about 15 minutes to get it where we want it. So this is getting ready to go into the oven, and we'll see it in a few moments when it comes out. And here we are, they're out of the oven. Look at all the melty cheese. The sauce is baked in. And you know there's all sorts of good flavors on the inside. So I'm going to do one last thing with this. We're going to go back to counter cam for our remaining touches on this. So I'm going to scoop these babies out and get them on a plate here, and we will get this pan out of the way so we can see what's going on. And now we're going to finish up with it. Now, something I didn't mention before, didn't occur to me then, is another nice thing you can add, another ingredient. I'm going to use to sort of give it some coolness is some lettuce. I'm just going to put some lettuce right there on top. Just some regular iceberg lettuce. You could always go with romaine too. Just some nice cold lettuce to sort of counteract the heat that's going to be coming off. I am going to pour the last of my buffalo sauce that I saved on top here because I love buffalo sauce. That's going to be nice and good there. And then the pièce de résistance, the sour cream, because you got to have sour cream with a burrito. That's just, you got to. So, got all my sour cream up on top there. Oh, that's looking good. I got to tell you, the buffalo flavor, spicy flavor coming off of this is just incredible. Now, one last thing you might want to do if you want a garnishing on it is just flick a little bit of mint leaves on there, because again, mint leaf is a nice cool spice. So put that on there, or you can leave it off, either one. Now, I am also going to make my plate look pretty, just in case I were to serve this up for a guest. I'm just going to take some tortilla chips here, put around the outside of the plate, so that we can make it look pretty, as they say here in Kentucky. So, just do a little of that. And having done that, we are now done with the baked buffalo burrito. Show you the final, what we got here. Isn't that beautiful? So, baked buffalo burrito. I think you're going to enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this second episode of Lupine Epicurean, where we did the buffalo baked burrito. If you want to see the full recipe, just go to lupicurean.blogspot.com. That is my official foodie website for the Lupine Epicurean. And remember, in the future, if you want to find something that's inexpensive, something experimental, something tasty that you want to do in the kitchen, just come on back here to the Wicked Wolf Studios channel and hook up with another episode of Lupine Epicurean. My name is Wolf Holloman, and I'll see you in the kitchen.